After the game before this went a little bit long, and after a 1-hour rain delay, excuse me, the award-winning Cool FM Sports welcomes you to this state championship tournament game here in Nogales, Arizona. We are at War Memorial Stadium in Nogales to see San Javier versus Douglas. Now, this is the big boys. These are the kids who will be the futures, the present and futures of their respective high schools. And on the mound for Douglas, we have Isidro Hoyos, the ace of the Douglas Bulldogs, is on the mound. And leading off, number 20, Joseph Leyva for San Javier. This game powered by SSVEC. Ball one in the dirt, 1-0. 87 degrees at time of first pitch here in Nogales, Arizona, the host city for this tournament. It's interesting, we were watching Hoyos during warm-ups, and he was just amazing, and we thought he might have been throwing too much because he was waiting for an hour just to get on this field. Douglas, obviously the home team. Robin Murray, the home plate umpire, very familiar face to all of us here at Cool FM Live. Thank you so much to Dan the Man back in the studio, running all the graphics for us for this game. That's going to be a called strike at the knees. The grounds crew did a great job of getting everything ready before the rain came. So 2-ball, 1-strike count to the leadoff hitter in this game. Swing and a miss. Hoyos evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A lot of folks from Douglas in the crowd that are familiar with us here at Cool FM Live. Jeff Davenport and John Berger hanging out with you in Nogales. Just scarfed down a cheeseburger. Hangs in there with a foul ball, does Joseph Leyva, who is the catcher for this San Javier team. Keep in mind that Douglas just played yesterday, and they mercy ruled the team that they were playing against 15-0. And I believe it was a one-hit shutout. And this is their ace on the mound. Leyva hanging in there on the breaking pitch by Hoyos. Isidro Hoyos, again, the present and future of the Douglas Bulldogs. Now, again, this is not the high school team. This is the Little League team. That's a sharp shot into center field. Center fielder gets underneath it, finds it, and makes the out. One down. Good job by the outfield. You know, you can see where the sun is going to be in their face. The sun is in the face of the way it's setting. It's kind of in the face of left field, third base. You can see how the shadows are cast across this field. I made sure that I got John in the shade here. That's to the shortstop. That ends up going underneath the glove and through into center field. So a single by Aaron Castillo, who is the pitcher for this team, starts to help his own cause. The number 2 hitter is on board. Runner on first, one down, as Mark Gaxiola comes to the plate.
Mark Gaxiola.
San Javier. Again, these are the All-Stars. Gets a grounder to third. Go over to second for the one out. No, drop the ball. In the hurry to try to turn 2, unfortunately, Eric Villalobos did not watch the ball all the way into his glove. And now 2 are on with only 1 down for San Javier. So runners on first and second with 1 down here in the top of the first for Miguel Celaya. First base playing in, second base playing in. Short seems to be the only place that's playing a little bit closer to normal. Third base playing right on the bag. 1-0 pitch to Celaya. Fouls that off, evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down, 2 on here in the top of the first at War Memorial Stadium, Nogales, Arizona. John and I got here about 4:45. It was 6:35 at time of first pitch because the game before this went a little long. And that is all down the third baseline. Yeah, the game before this went at least 20 minutes long. And then the grounds crew came out. And then the rains came. I know it's raining a lot back in Sierra Vista. Hearing a lot about that from our friends who are staying back there. Now that is going to be over the third baseman's head. They will run those. No, they will hold the runner on third, and now they'll move him after the bobble in left field. And it is 1-0. San Javier strikes first here in the top of the first. And 2 are still on with only 1 down. This is something that Douglas is not used to seeing, and that is a run given up in the first inning. This team has been almost... Okay, so a little lightning in the area. As long as it keeps moving away from us, I think we're going to be okay. So runners on second and third, 1 down. Fernando Villarreal at the plate for San Javier. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Hoyos ahead in the count on the mound for Douglas. And that is 3 pitches for the second out. Hoyos throwing so hard his hat flew off his head on those fastballs that came rifling in to the glove of Chris Escarcega, whose abuela is here. We talked to her a little bit before during the rain delay. So with 2 down and 2 on, that'll bring up Roman Otero, who watches a called strike. So 4 straight strikes thrown by Hoyos. And that is fouled to the backstop. 5 straight strikes thrown by Hoyos. There's even folks here who live in Nogales who are cheering on their relatives who play for Douglas. So it's neat seeing. That was high. That fastball, that was some smoke. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, 2 on. Popped up. Shallow right field, comes in and makes the catch for the 3rd out. San Javier will leave 2 on as 1 comes across in the top of the 1st. We'll see what Douglas is able to do in the bottom of 1st as we head there in this game. Thank you so much for tuning in to this state tournament playoff game here in Nogales, Arizona at War Memorial Field, a beautiful stadium. There's very few stadiums that John and I go to where we could actually get out of the rain. They have a beautiful covered area. You can see it to your right. John will pan over to the right and show you what that area looks like underneath that mezzanine, which is extremely nice to stay out of the elements. But we are so glad to be bringing you this game tonight. Brought to you by the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty, proud to support our young athletes all season long. If you're in the market to buy or sell your home or land, make your first call to the real estate experts at the Sherry Ethel team. Sherry's number is in the post description. Thank you so much to Copper Queen Community Hospital of Cochise County, with locations in Bisbee and in Douglas and in Hereford, Palominas, providing the highest quality of services to your family. Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista at 999 East Fry Boulevard. They're open on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., but of course they'll be open tomorrow morning, Monday at 9 a.m. for all of your vehicle title, registration, driver's license, identification, written, road testing, so much more. It's all behind the pink door at 999 East Fry Boulevard. Thank you also to Right Way Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical Services. Could really use the cooling out here. I mean, we're in the shade right now, so it feels nice when a breeze pops up. And we're keeping an eye on the storm that's sitting behind us. But thank you to Right Way, working hard to earn your trust the right way for all of those services, heating, cooling, plumbing, electric. They serve Cochise County. Give them a call. And thank you to Sierra Toyota. Right now, Sierra Toyota wants to buy your car, truck, or SUV. Get your vehicle appraised in 30 minutes or less. No vehicle will be turned away. Sierra Toyota, locally owned, community driven. And Sierra Toyota is the presenting sponsor of the Doggo Lotto, which will be tomorrow. Looking forward to having that, seeing all the amazing shelter dogs at the Nancy J. Brua Animal Care Center in Sierra Vista. Seeing which ones will be getting those, picking the balls. You can go fetch your numbers at coolfmonline.com/Doggo Lotto, presented by Sierra Toyota, one of our sports sponsors here tonight. Win cash and prizes all for free, by the way, at Doggo Lotto, which is great. So Isidro Hoyos is leading off. He is the pitcher for this Douglas team. It's very rare that you see the pitcher as the leadoff hitter and you see the catcher as the number 3 hitter in the lineup. These are extremely talented teams.
That's what you see with like really good athletes, is that they're usually positional, multi.
5-tool is what you're saying.
Exactly.
They're 5-tool athletes as far as the baseball playing goes. And Hoyos and Escarcega, the pitching and catching battery for Douglas, is definitely that, as Hoyos stands in the box. Ooh, breaking pitch goes ball inside. Interesting to start with a breaking pitch to Hoyos. So starts him 2-0. Does number 11, Aaron Castillo, on the mound for San Javier with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the 1st. So Douglas is the home team. Watches that go in the dirt by him. Outside. 3-0 count to the leadoff hitter for Douglas. Here in Nogales, the award-winning Cool FM Sports powered by SSVEC. And that is ball 4. 4 pitches equals 1 walk, and the leadoff hitter, the tying run, is on base for Douglas. That'll bring up Rafael Buzane. Will come to the plate next. Left-handed hitter. Step into the left-handed side of that batter's box. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much for leaving us some love in the live chat if you're watching us on Facebook or if you're tuning into the YouTube feed. Glad to be bringing it to you here. Getting a little bit of an elevated view for you. We're actually in the stands on the third base side. Hanging out with some players from Blythe, and they will send the runner. The runner will get caught. Isidro Hoyos trying to run it out, but gets run down from behind. Great hustle by the infield of San Javier. And so Hoyos is run down. That is 1 out, which leaves nobody on for Rafael Buzane at the plate. The first baseman for Douglas. And that goes high. So the leadoff walk, all for nothing. As Hoyos goes back to the Douglas dugout. And that's a sharp shot to first, scooped up. Brilliantly scooped up. Boy, that crowd from San Javier is hot. They are in the house, they are representing, and they are cheering on their team. 2 outs. That brings up Chris Escarcega, whose abuela is in the crowd.
Very sweet lady.
Abuela Maria. We talked to Maria. My grandma came to so many of my games when I was a kid, and you just never forget. You have that beautiful relationship with your grandmother, and both of my grandmothers I was very close to, so they've both passed on many years ago at this point, but I always remember them fondly. I remember the support that they gave me as a young student athlete, and I know what it means for Chris to have his abuela in the crowd here in Nogales. 2 down, nobody on. That goes in the dirt. Chris just caught it out of the air on the hop. That was pretty cool.
Whalers are tough these days. They strong ladies.
3-0 count to Escarcega. Watches that go in the dirt, throws his bat back towards his dugout, and a 2-out walk by Castillo puts Escarcega on first. And Abel Clinch, the cleanup hitter, will come in. Looks like they're going to send in Sebastian Avachuco will come in to pinch run, as Escarcega will end up coming into the Douglas dugout. Again, this game was supposed to start well over an hour ago, actually almost 2 hours ago. But because the prior game went long and 1 hour plus rain and lightning delay caused this game to start late here at War Memorial Stadium in Nogales, Arizona. On the board, very good cheeseburger here at the Snack Shack. John had a birria nachos and a birria quesadilla.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah, fantastic. And of course, they ran out of birria. They said, well, your buddy got the last of it. And I was like, dang you, John. No, I'm kidding. I didn't say that. But they did run out of meat. So that shows how popular it is here. And that is in the dirt for ball 1. So 5 straight balls thrown by San Javier's Aaron Castillo, as opposed to the 5 straight strikes at the top of the inning that Hoyos threw. And that's going to be a called strike at the knees. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner on first with 2 down. Thank you so much for tuning in to the award-winning Cool FM Sports. Jeff Davenport, John Berger. The All-Stars from Blythe sitting next to us, which is nice. Nice to see you guys. And that runner goes as well, and they will gun him down. Not sure why Douglas has taken the hot start to get to second base, but that is 2 base runners thrown out without even a pitch going to the catcher. So that will retire the side, and Clinch will end up in the batter's box to start the bottom of the second. In the meantime, we will head to the top of the second, where San Javier still leads 1-0. What an interesting turn of events there. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors making this cover possible. Our good friend Bobby Balsinger at Eagle Plumbing, providing expert service in Cochise County for over 50 years. Family owned and trusted for everything from leaks to major repairs. They're just 1 call away. Hey, you've seen their trucks and signs around town for Eagle Plumbing. Now you can join the fun. Spot a sign or truck, take a selfie, and post your photo in their Facebook comments to win great monthly prizes. Eagle Plumbing, proud supporters of local sports. Thank you to Chris Leon and the Leon team at Cross Country Mortgage in Sierra Vista. Think of them for your next home loan experience. And thank you to Vinny's Pizza of Sierra Vista, serving Sierra Vista for 45 years with the best pizza, wings, and sandwiches. They wish good luck to all of our area teams that you are watching. You're watching the Douglas All-Stars here in Nogales. And don't forget, if you leave a comment, you will be entered automatically to win a 2-topping large pizza from our friends at Vinny's Pizza. So Douglas gets none across in the bottom of the first.
Is there another game after this?
Tonight? Are you guys playing tonight? Okay, so you guys are playing next, Blythe. So Blythe will be playing up after the conclusion of this game, which again had to start late because of the rain delay on top of the prior game starting late. Ball 1 inside to Christian Lizarraga. Left fielder. It's called a ball, the fastball on the inside part of the plate. 2 counts. Yeah, leave us some love in the live chat. Share this video around. Share it in groups. If you're part of different groups in the Douglas area, let everybody know. Cool FM Live is here in Nogales to cheer on our team from Douglas, our Douglas All-Stars, Little League All-Stars here in the highest level of Little League. You're watching the 15 and 16-year-olds playing out here. These are the present and future Douglas Bulldogs. And knowing how good Douglas is, top to bottom, there's a pop fly going into foul territory. Nobody going to get there in time. It goes out of play anyway. Evens account, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Lizarraga. But sharing this video around always helps if you're able to do that. Now that is a pop fly, again to shallow right field. 3 players going out. The right fielder makes the call and the catch, 1 down. That'll bring up Manny Perez, number 35.
Number 35, Manny Perez.
For San Javier. He is the first baseman for this San Javier team. Watches a ball. And Hoyos evens the count there on a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. Here in the top of the second inning. 1-0 lead for San Javier. Well, the batter tried to call time. Perez tried to call time. The umpire didn't see it. And there's a called strike for strike 2. It's Robin Murray behind the plate, our good friend. Got 4 umpires on the field, good umpiring crew. And that is a swing and a miss. That strikeout brought to you by the MORSE Automotive Group, Sierra Vista, and all of Cochise County, including Douglas, Arizona, is backed by Morse for the second out here in the top of the second. Jorge Diaz coming up next, number 10 for Douglas.
10, Jorge Diaz.
And that's going to be a called strike. Beautiful fastball by Hoyos. Hearing some thunder in the background. And that is a grounder to first. Slow roller scooped up and run over to first for the third out of the top of the second. So a 1-2-3 inning for Hoyos. We'll let Douglas try to come back. They're down 1-0. And we'll head to the bottom of the second. Thank you so much to all of our sports sponsors who make this coverage possible, like Durand Plumbing, serving Sierra Vista and Cochise County for residential and commercial plumbing projects for 10+ years with a lifetime of experience in the industry, proud supporters of local sports programs and athletes. Thank you so much again to the MORSE Automotive Group, all of Cochise County, backed by Morse. Barnett's Towing and Propane, serving all of southern Arizona since 1963 for 62 years for all of your towing and propane needs. Of course, they're in Sierra Vista, based in Tucson as well, and covering all of Pima County, Santa Cruz County, here in Nogales, and of course, Cochise County, Barnett's Towing and Propane. Thank you to Grasshopper Landscaping. Boy, I'll tell you what, the landscaping crew here definitely did a great job. The groundskeepers did an excellent job right before the rains came, and a fantastic job. If you need your landscaping done, look no further than Taylor Trejo and the team at Grasshopper Landscaping. You'll always find quality from the ground up. Turn your outdoor space into an outdoor oasis, thanks to Grasshopper Landscaping. Thank you also to Allo Fiber, your new home team, internet, TV, phone provider. Visit allofiber.com to learn about the Allo Fiber difference and become a fiber fan today in Sierra Vista. Thank you also to American Southwest Credit Union. If you live or work in southern Arizona, you may be eligible to join. ASCU.org is the place to check it out. It's available, of course, with locations in Sierra Vista and in Douglas. Join the credit union that supports your community, federally insured by NCUA, equal opportunity lender. So we come back to action here in the bottom of the second. Clinch ends up grounding to short and thrown over to first base. Boy, he was hustling down that first base line, but one pitch, one out for San Javier. Emiliano Fimbres coming up next.
Number 15, Emiliano Fimbres.
Now, I know that name. We've called his name a lot over the course of the Douglas High School baseball season. And we'll see what Fimbres is able to do. Wind up and the pitch from Castillo, breaking pitch. Wow, right at the belt, ends up being called a strike. That's a sharp grounder. Second baseman was playing over towards the base, and it ends up bouncing off of his glove into center field. Not sure if that'll be counted as a hit or an error. Either way, Fimbres is on first with one down here in the bottom of the second. The award-winning Cool FM Sports, Jeff Davenport, John Berger, Dan the Man back in the studio showing you all the graphics and things going on here. Todd Ryan is in Cottonwood. There will be a game following this one. He's got the Sierra Vista softball team. That game is scheduled to start at 8 o'clock in 1 hour from now, again, which wouldn't have been a problem had this game started on time 2 hours ago. Unfortunately, it didn't. So I believe that coverage will start on the Cool FM Sports page and then shift to the main page. That was at least what Todd was talking about. So a pass ball by the catcher ends up putting Fimbres ahead to second. So the tying run and scoring position for Douglas here in the bottom of the second, as Diego Duarte is at the plate. Watches a strike. Evens the count, 1-1. Sun setting off to the west here on the border in Nogales, Arizona. Gets a piece of that, ends up going foul down the first base line. So a 2-strike count. Castillo ahead in the count, 1-2. And the lights start coming on here at War Memorial Stadium. Must be on a timer for 7 o'clock, just past the top of the hour. Throw back over to second. Fimbres slides in safe. Why not? Why not try to get the base runners? That worked twice in the bottom of the first. That'll go in the dirt past the catcher. So the tying run for Douglas here in the bottom of the second will be 90 feet away. Castillo passed as he watched his catcher throw the ball back to him, saying that was on me. So 2-2 count with one down. Watches that go high. Payoff pitch coming on a full count to Duarte. Diego Duarte, the right fielder. And that's a sharp shot into right field. That will score the tying run. It is 1-1 here in the bottom of the second on a full count pitch. Great patience, a great at-bat for Duarte. Brings up Ezequiel Gonzalez for this Douglas All-Star team.
Provide Ezequiel Gonzalez.
And that is popped up into right field. The right fielder getting underneath it. That will send Duarte back to first and make it 2 outs.
Number 4, Miguel Bustamante.
So Miguel Bustamante steps up to the plate with 2 down. A runner on first. The third baseman, Gonzalez, for this Douglas All-Star team. Castillo gets the pitch. And that goes in the dirt. Boy, Castillo having some control issues here in the bottom of the first. Robin Murray, the home plate umpire, will brush off the dish. Give the San Javier catcher a second to catch his breath. He is looking at him. There was that ball ended up coming probably off of his wrist in an awkward way, and that's what Robin does. He is a pro among pros when it comes to umping. Gives the catcher a chance to catch his breath. So runner on first, 2 down. Bustamante at the plate. Watches it go in the dirt. They throw back down to first base. Not in time. Boy, what a throw. At the San Javier catcher. Keeping an eye on where the breeze is coming from and what clouds look like they're in that direction. And that is a shot into right field. The right fielder shifts over towards center and makes the catch for out number 3. Douglas will leave one on, but not before they get one across the plate to tie this game. We're heading to the top of the third, and the score is San Javier 1, Douglas 1. Thank you so much to our sports sponsors. You can see them in the post description. You can see their logos flashing across the screen. Thanks to Dan the Man back in the Cool FM headquarters. Like TWN Communications, delivering high-speed, affordable, and reliable internet and digital phone service with no data caps ever. Stay connected with the freedom and performance you deserve. Thank you also to Sonic Drive-In on Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. Enjoy a tasty burger or treat after the game. I mean, I'm sure John might think about that when we get back to Sierra Vista.
Yeah.
Whenever this game ends. But Sonic is all about community support and tasty treats. Hey, you get half-price shakes every night after 5, and guess what? It's after 7, which means those shakes are half price at Sonic on Fry Boulevard. And on Tuesdays, you get half-price cheeseburgers after 5 p.m. Wacky Pack Wednesday kids meals, $2.49 on Wednesdays. And Throwback Thursday, corn dogs, 50 cents. Now, I don't know what size the corn dogs are, but if they're like the corn dogs that I'm thinking, that's a great deal.
Oh, incredible.
Actually, any size corn dog is going to be a fantastic deal for 50 cents. On Throwback Thursday, deals available in store only. And thank you to the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty. Looking to buy or sell your home or land, Sherry's number is in the post description. You can give her a call. and let her be your real estate agent. This game powered by SSVEC. We're in the top of the third in a tie game. Joseph Leyva, the leadoff hitter for this team, leading off the top of the third. Two-strike pitch, and that goes behind Leyva. My goodness, that fastball, he just leaned out of the way. And there's a warning instituted by the home plate umpire coming out to have a talk. I don't know why you would intentionally try to throw behind somebody on an 0-2 pitch, but Leyva having some words, exchanging some words with Hoyos. And now, Rob Murray, being the umpire he is, trying to let cooler heads prevail. And so a warning instituted to both teams. 1 ball, 2-strike count to Leyva. And that is a called strike 3. That strikeout brought to you by SSVEC, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, serving our community. More and more of the Blythe fans are coming here going, wait, this game just started? Because they were thinking that their game was going to start at probably, were you guys looking at 8 p.m. start time? Yeah, okay. Well, the way this game's going, it's going pretty quick so far. If it stays 1-1, going all the way into the 7th. We're actually going pretty quickly. Half an hour into this game, we are in the top of the third with 1 out, 1 ball, 1 strike to number 11, Aaron Castillo. Swing and a miss. Hoyos finding his rhythm here in the top of the third on the mound for Douglas. And that goes high, evens the count, 2-2. Nobody on, 1 down. The award-winning Cool FM Sports. Live in Nogales. That is a swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts in this inning by Hoyos. That strikeout brought to you by the MORSE Automotive Group, Sierra Vista and Cochise County, backed by Morse. The game before this one going long, and that hour-plus rain delay. No, not able to get that ball scooped and not over to first base in time. So Mark Gacciola will end up getting on first. A 2-out infield single, running out that infield single. Brings up Miguel Celaya. So runner on first, 2 down. That goes in the dirt. Is a pass ball. So the go-ahead run now moves to second with 2 outs. Escarcega hitting himself in the head, saying he shouldn't let that one get by him, but when it's coming that hot. And that is a big, booming fly ball down the left field line. Please don't hit my car. That's like exactly where we parked. I didn't hear any like thud or glass breaking. Are you sure? Oh, thank goodness. I think I'm a little bit I'm like toward the very end, but that was like about as deep as it could go. Goodness gracious. Celaya, what are you doing to me? Gets a piece of that. Oh, and that hits, that hit Escarcega in a bad spot. He is going to have to take a breather here for just a minute. Try to walk that off. Chris Escarcega, again, his abuela, Maria, is in the crowd tonight.
Yeah, we could zoom in on her.
Well, let's not do that. Let's you know, let's let her enjoy her piece, John.
She's a pretty lady. She loves it.
Oh, she's very, very nice, very lovely. So Skarsgård is back in place, but Robin Murray, being the ump that he is, goes out and just has a chat with the pitcher, with Hoyos, to give Skarsgård a little bit longer. Take a few more deep breaths. He might even brush off the home plate, and he does. Just giving a couple more seconds. So the count to Celaya will be 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 down and a runner on second to number 22. Could we really see deuces wild? Hoyos from the stretch, not holding the runner on. He goes to steal third. The ball slips out of the hand of the third baseman. They try to tell him to keep going, and now they stop, and they run him back to third base. He was not paying attention to his third base coach. Could have scored on the drop ball. Did not. And he will stay at third. But it is 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down with number 22 at the plate. Deuces are wild here in the top of the third. And that goes foul. First baseman will toss it back to Hoyos. Oh, okay, sure. We can grab the gear and scooch over, get you a little bit wider view.
Yeah, better view.
So we will have a 2-out payoff pitch here coming with a full count to Celaya. It was a 2-out infield single that put Gasiola on, and now he's on third. And that is a line drive. No, bouncing badly in the dirt in front of the second baseman for Douglas. Eric Villalobos having bad luck in the field tonight. And on that weird bounce, the second run for San Javier comes across the plate, making it 2-1 with 2 down.
Number 21, Fernando Villarreal.
The score is 2-1 as number 21, Fernando Villarreal, comes to the plate. They throw back over to first. They're holding Celaya on. They were trying to fake the throw back to the pitcher and trying to get Celaya to get off base, but you could hear them all yelling from over here, ball, 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 ball. They used to give him a kiss?
Yeah.
That's I don't know. I'm not familiar with that term as far as
Yeah.
baseball goes, but that's funny.
New baseball term.
Yeah, hey, it's good. Looks like Celaya is a threat to a run. Boy, he looks like he could go at any time. They rifle it down. Skarsgård rifles it down to first base.
First baseman with a great glove.
Yeah, he's got the first baseman, and he's a left-hander, so that's kind of what you want. You want out of a first baseman, left-hander with that cool first baseman's glove. You don't see those in the real little leagues, but with these seniors, the 15 and 16-year-olds, they play with the real equipment, the real gloves. It's a 2-0 pitch, fouled to the backstop. 2 balls, 1 strike. Goodness, that 2-out infield single coming back to haunt Douglas. Now they're down 2-1. As San Javier continues to extend this inning. Runner will go. Swing and a miss. The throw down to second is high. Way high. I think Skarsgård could have thrown that thing right into center without a hop. So it is 3 balls and 1 strike to Villarreal. Time is called by the second base umpire. So stolen base by Celaya. Looks like they're trying to hold him on, but they're at least faking the hold on. Hoyos steps off the mound, steps off the rubber, I should say. Sets up again. Shakes off a couple of pitch calls. Swing and a miss. And that is strike 3. So all 3 outs here in the top of the 3rd come via strikeout. But San Javier will leave 1 on, but get 1 across and take a 1-run lead as we'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. Thank you so much to our sports sponsors making this coverage possible, like Copper Queen Community Hospital, serving all of Cochise County with locations in Bisbee and Douglas and Hereford, Palominas. We're going to adjust our camera angle here and go head back to where John wanted to go to before. The sun was just shining a little too bright there, so we're walking our gear back over to this far end to give you a little wider shot of our field. As we thank Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista at 999 East Fry Boulevard for being one of our sports sponsors, as well as Right Way Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. Now, the sun's set at least off in the horizon. The weather feels nice here. Still says 87 degrees on the iWatch. Not sure if that's necessarily true. Doesn't feel it when you're sitting on these nice cool bleachers that are still cool from the rain hitting there. But thank you to Dan the Man back in the studio. Working hard to bring you all of our sports sponsors. You can see those in the post description, of course, and across your Jumbotron, wherever you're watching us from. As John settles the tripod. That's all right, man. No, you find. No, I see why you moved. I see, because you got the corner of the dugout. Yeah, I got the corner of the dugout, so we want to make sure that everything is clear. That is the best possible view now that the sun has set along our horizon here. So Castillo remains on the mound for San Javier, and why shouldn't he? His team has a 2-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Leading off the bottom of the 3rd is number 2, Rodrigo Lamadrid. In the batter's box for Douglas, watches. And that goes high and away for ball 2. Of course we look good. You make it look good, John. We're emanating from the Cool FM YouTube page. If you're not following that page, please, by all means, do that. And that is low, ball 3. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. And again, at the top of the hour, unless there's a rain delay or the game before it went long, the Sierra Vista softball, ponytail softball majors will be live with Todd up in Cottonwood. And that is a called strike, goodness. So 3-1. Hitter's pitch still coming to Lamadrid. And that goes high, and that is ball 4. So Hoyos, the pitcher, will come to the plate.
Number 7, Isidro Hoyos.
Isidro giving up 2 runs through 3 innings. We're in the bottom of the 3rd here as he steps into the batter's box. He is the leadoff hitter for this team, but the number 2 hitter here in this inning. So glad you guys are joining us. Thank you so much. Let us know in the live chat where you're watching us from, and of course, share this video around. I will go low. Jeff Davenport, John Berger, hanging out in Nogales. Dan the Man Back in the Cool FM headquarters in Sierra Vista. Getting you all of the graphics up on the screen. 3 balls, no strikes. They throw back down to first base. La Madrid gets back in time as Hoyos at the plate. And that is ball 4 in the dirt. 4 pitches equals 1 walk. De Hoyos brings up Buzane. And they will have a talk with their pitcher. So Castillo and the whole infield will come around the San Javier pitcher mound as we are in the bottom of the 3rd. Runners on first and second. And that will be the day for Castillo. So Castillo will come out of the game as they bring in a left-handed pitcher. I'll wait until he starts throwing and we'll get his number, tell you exactly who he is. He is number 12, Lucas Mata. So Lucas Mata will take his warm-up pitches. And as he does that, want to check all of the all the comments coming in. Thank you so much. Hey, San Javier fans watching us as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate that. Yeah, definitely. We're cheering on all of these teams here in this state tournament. I think it's District 8 versus District 12 in this particular game, where San Javier is from. Thank you again to Dan the Man. Boy, those graphics look great. As number 12, Lucas Mata continues to warm up. Douglas will have a chance to put up some serious runs. The tying run is on second. The go-ahead run will be on first with no outs. And Buzane will come to the plate for Douglas. As these warm-up pitches continue. And now Buzane steps in to the left-handed side of the batter's box here at War Memorial Field in Nogales, Arizona. Runners on first and second. No outs. Good opportunity for Douglas to come back as that ball goes high. Off the arm of Mata, the new pitcher. Yep, nice looking skies here in Nogales, Arizona. Especially nice because there's no rain, which caused a delay in this game for over an hour. Boy, holds back on that. Almost wanted to pull the trigger, does not. Watches that go by. 2-0 to Buzane. You hear the Blythe team in the in the batting cage. There's batting cages right here along the left field line. And so that's what you're hearing in the background. It's them taking time to warm up. That'll be a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runners on first and second. Thank you for tuning in. The award-winning Cool FM Sports. Breeze picking up here in Nogales. It does feel nice. Mata from the stretch. The southpaw makes the throw. And that is a sharp shot into center. The center fielder takes a few steps back, gets underneath it, and the runners will not advance. So a long fly ball, 1 out. will bring up Escarcega. Abuela Maria cheering on her grandson as he steps up to the plate, the catcher for this Douglas All-Star team. Yeah, be sure to leave us some love in the live chat. Always appreciate that. And again, if you are able to share this video to any Douglas pages or San Javier pages, let people know both teams are here. On the award-winning Cool FM Sports, that is a shot into center field. Will drop in for a base hit, and that will load them. A nice, easy single into center by Chris Escarcega will load the bases up for Abel Clinch, the cleanup hitter, coming up to the plate with the bases loaded here in the bottom of the third. So prime opportunity, the tying run for Douglas on third, the go-ahead run on on second. Number 8 at the plate. And that is a sharp shot going straight to the second baseman. Gets it over to first. Not in time gets it to second, excuse me. Tosses to second for the force out. Not in time to first base. A run will score. So it is 2-2 with 2 outs and runners on the corners here in the bottom of the third for Douglas. We are near the bottom of the hour in Nogales, Arizona, the host city for this All-Star tournament. Emiliano Fimbres, number 15 at the plate. A chance to go ahead. Take their first lead in this game. Watches that go high, rifles it down to first base, back in time is Escarcega. Excuse me, Abel. Hoyos on third. Abel Clinch on first base. Fimbres at the plate. That'll be a called strike. Evens the count, 1-1 with 2 down. Mata on the mound for San Javier. That goes high and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nice to get a high five from home plate umpire Robin Murray as I was in line to get my cheeseburger before this game started. Now, for those of you asking, so Jeff, what do you have on your cheeseburger? Well, first of all, I have cheese on my cheeseburger. Second of all, I just wanted mustard. I wanted mustard on my cheeseburger.
You're a mustard guy.
Yeah. At least today. They had a lot of different toppings. They had mayonnaise, they had ketchup. Wow, that'll go all the way back. Is that gonna hit a car?
That's a roof.
Yeah, that's a roof, so that's not a car. And that went over this massive backstop. This is like the green monster here behind home plate. It goes way high. So full count. Gets a shot, and that will go into left field. Douglas leads 3-2 off of the 2-out RBI single by Fimbres. Patient hitting by this Douglas team again. They won 15-0 last night. So I would think that their bats have got to be gassed. But they are looking good, looking sharp. It's taking a little bit of time to work its way through. Duarte at the plate for Douglas with runners on first and second. Watches that pitch go outside for ball 1. This Douglas All-Star team, these are the present and future Douglas Bulldogs at the high school. I think we're seeing the same thing for San Javier. Obviously, we're from Sierra Vista, so we cover a lot of Cochise County teams and sports. So San Javier, we're not as familiar with their division or these players. They're very talented from what we've seen so far. in this exciting game here in the bottom of the third, a one-run game. Douglas leads 3-2 with 2 down, and that's going to pop up to the second baseman. Comes in on the infield grass, makes the catch. Douglas will leave 2 on, but not before they push 2 across the plate to take a 1-run lead. We'll head to the top of the fourth. Douglas leads 3-2. Thank you so much to Sierra Toyota for sponsoring today's broadcast. Sierra Toyota on Fry Boulevard. Hey, right now they want to buy your car, your truck, your SUV. Get your vehicle appraised in 30 minutes or less. No vehicle will be turned away at Sierra Toyota, locally owned, community driven. And remember, Sierra Toyota is our presenting sponsor of the Doggo Lotto. I think it's too late to get numbers now, but watch Doggo Lotto tomorrow. That is basically, what's the easiest way to say this? It's a game show with dogs. And they pick the winning numbers. And you can pick your lucky numbers. And if the dogs pick your lucky numbers, then you end up winning cash and prizes. That's the easiest way to describe it. It's so much fun to see. We go live at the Nancy J. Brua Animal Care Center. It'll be at 6 p.m. Arizona time. You can watch the Doggo Lotto and see the adorable adoptable shelter dogs. In 10 weeks that we've done this, tomorrow I think will be week 10. In 10 weeks, at least 5 dog adoptions have come directly responsible from the Doggo Lotto, which is the best news of all, is that you're helping these amazing animals find their forever homes, and they are looking for them, and you will see the most adorable adoptable shelter dogs at the Nancy J. Brua Animal Care Center in Sierra Vista. So if you are looking to adopt, please consider doing so, and you will see 3 of those dogs tomorrow on Doggo Lotto, presented by Sierra Toyota, one of our sports sponsors as well. Thank you to Eagle Plumbing, providing expert service in Cochise County for over 50 years. Family owned and trusted for everything from leaks to major repairs. Thank you so much to Bobby and his family at Eagle Plumbing. And remember, leave a comment in this game and you will be entered to win a 2-topping large pizza from Vinny's Pizza on Frontage Road in Sierra Vista. That is a shot into left center field. Center fielder going over and makes the catch. That's the way you want to see it. 1 pitch, 1 out. As Hoyos on the mound, still for Douglas. That was Roman Otero who flied out to center. Christian Lizarraga comes to the plate next. Time is called by the, looks like by the Douglas team. But Lizarraga, after having a chat with his third base coach, will head back into the batter's box. With 1 down, nobody on. Douglas leads 3-2 here in Nogales. Foul tip to the backstop. 0-1 count to Lizarraga, the left fielder for this San Javier team. And these are the present and future of San Javier high school baseball. That's going to be a called strike. So after swinging and tipping it to the backstop for the first pitch, second pitch watches it go by. 2-strike count. That goes outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Lizarraga. The arm of Isidro Hoyos. And that is a good eye. What patience by Lizarraga at the plate. Evens the count. After getting behind 0-2, it's 2-2. And stays hanging in there. Foul ball goes over toward the San Javier dugout. Love seeing the comments in the live chat. Everybody rooting for their team. Whether it's for San Javier, again, if you're in the San Javier area watching us, that's popped up to the first base side. Looks like the first baseman will make the call going up against the fence. Probably about less than 5 yards away from the fence. Makes that catch in foul territory for out number 2. And if you were part of a San Javier Facebook group, please share this video around. Let all the Facebook groups know that their team is live on Cool FM Live, the award-winning Cool FM Live Sports. And that will be it. Hoyos will come out of the game.
2 outs.
Yeah, with 2 down here in the top of the 4th. He leaves with his team in the lead and gets an ovation from the Douglas faithful. Here he will head into the dugout. Good job by that young man. And that will bring up Fimbres on the mound. Is it Fimbres? Yeah, it is. Emiliano will be on the mound. He has the ball in his glove. So he will take some warm-up throws. To Escarcega behind the plate again. Lovely chatting to Abuela Maria, Chris Escarcega's grandma, here in the stands. A little bit earlier before this game started, while we were in the rain delay underneath the mezzanine there behind home plate. Gorgeous. Got some cotton candy colors in the sky here in Nogales, Arizona. More of the Blythe fans showing up to this game, wondering why their game isn't being warmed up right now. Well, remember, I know, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. An hour-long rain delay, and the game before this going a little long will cause that to happen. So I apologize for the late start. I know it'll be past my bedtime. I'm sorry if it's going to be past yours on a Sunday night here in Nogales, Arizona. Fimbres taking pitches. A great shot of the skies over War Memorial Stadium here in Nogales, Arizona. Glad to be bringing you this game on Cool FM Live, Facebook, YouTube, streaming worldwide to 43,000 plus followers. And thank you to the public address announcer here for giving us a pop, letting us tell him to tell the crowd, hey, you can watch this game. I don't know why these people here would watch it on Facebook, but they can share it around. You can definitely share it.
YouTube's the easy one.
Yeah, share it from the YouTube channel. Or if you have Facebook and you know your friends all have Facebook, share it there, please. Rita Carlos saying, go Douglas. And Jennifer Vosturon also rooting for the Bulldogs. They say dogs. I mean, I know that technically this is the Douglas Little League seniors. It's not the Bulldogs, but I think they are basically for all intents and purposes.
On the mound, Emiliano Fimbres.
So Fimbres will be on the mound with 2 outs, nobody on. As Manny Perez comes to the plate for San Javier. Wow, fastball. That thing had some smoke on it. I think it sounded like it was a strike. So infield, a third baseman playing in for Douglas, possibly looking for a bunt is what it seems like. Now, Robin, the home plate umpire, Robin Murray, we got to talk to him a couple days ago, and I don't know what's going on here. The third base umpire now coming out to have a chat. Anyway, Robin Murray ended up showing us the wounds of battle being an umpire. He had a bruise, well, 2 bruises on his arm that met in the middle, that went from his elbow all the way up to his shoulder. And it was just, really gnarly and bruised up off of some foul balls that have gone off of the bats. And you know that these guys, the seniors, the 15 and 16-year-olds, these guys can rifle it in there. And it is absolutely devastating.
80 miles an hour is not a problem.
Yeah, easily. They could get up to 80 in a fastball. And if that thing gets past the catcher or gets foul tipped and goes past the catcher into your arm, that's going to leave a mark. You say 2-1 or 1-1? I thought he said 2-1, but it shows 1-1 on the scoreboard. Now 2-1. Okay, so the scoreboard was correct. I just heard him wrong. Ball gets past Fimbres. 2 down, nobody on. Manny Perez at the plate for San Javier. And that is a shot going to second, scooped up. Easy toss over to first for the third out. 3 up, 3 down. For San Javier, Douglas will come into the dugout with a 1-run lead as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Thank you so much to our sports sponsors making this coverage possible, like Chris Leon and the Leon team at Cross Country Mortgage Sierra Vista. Make sure you think of them for your next home loan experience. Thank you also to the Sonic Drive-In on Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. Half-price shakes going on right now. So if you're watching this back in Sierra Vista for some reason, you're like, you know what? I feel like having a shake. And guess what? You can just shake right where you are. Shake, shake, shake. No, go get a shake at Sonic. And half price on Tuesday, so 2 days from now. After 5 p.m., they got half-price cheeseburgers. Wacky Pack Wednesdays, $2.49 kids meals on Wednesdays, and Throwback Thursdays, 50-cent corn dogs. Deals available in-store only at Sonic Drive-In on East Fry Boulevard. Thank you to Duran Plumbing, serving Sierra Vista and Cochise County for residential and commercial plumbing projects for 10-plus years, but with a lifetime of experience in the industry. Proud to support our broadcast here on the award-winning Cool FM Sports, powered by SSVEC. Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, serving our community. There's a storm. You can actually pan over there, John, show people where that storm is. Just saw a little lightning coming from that small cell. You can see there was a little block of lightning coming. It's off in the distance. I mean, it's nowhere near us, and there's no connected clouds above us to that cloud. So Douglas with a 1-run lead coming up to the bat in the bottom of the fourth. This game, while it did start over an hour late, is actually going pretty smoothly. We're an hour into this game. This game is 1 hour old, and we're in the bottom of the fourth, over halfway through. Leading off for Douglas this inning, excuse me, will be number 5, Ezekiel Gonzalez. As that ball goes in the dirt off of the arm of number 12, Lucas Mata for San Javier. I saw another lightning out of the corner of my eye from that cell that John just showed you. It is off in the distance and is not moving toward us. I mean, the flag is barely even moving in left field. There's barely any wind, so here over this stadium, after the hour-long rain delay and the game before this one going a little bit long. But that hour-long rain delay was the thing that ended up holding everything up. And again, the pings you're hearing is the Blythe team. They are in the batting cages off to our left. And that is inside, called strike. Right on that inside part of the plate. 3-0, you're taking all the way. 3 balls, 1 strike. To Gonzalez at the plate for Douglas, the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the fourth. That is a shot into left field, dropping in for a single, possibly more. It will be. Gonzalez will head into second, sliding in, no, standing up, safe. A leadoff double for Gonzalez. Oh, you got the lightning in the background as you're panning across. Look at you, John. So that storm cell is kind of gnarly over there, but it is far enough away where no one is in danger here on this field at this moment. So Miguel Bustamante, number 4, comes to the plate.
Blythe manager to the press box, please. Blythe manager to the press box. Thank you.
Blythe manager to the press box. What is that? Clean up aisle 3. So the Blythe manager actually going over there. He's probably got to submit his the lineups getting submitted here. Since we're in the bottom of the fourth, only 3 more innings to go after this. That was a high breaking pitch that just didn't break, or a changeup that was very slow. Goes into the catcher's mitt high. So Gonzalez on second, Bustamante at the plate. Douglas leads here in the bottom of the fourth, 3-2. Looking to add to their 1-run lead. Nice throwback by the southpaw Mata on the mound for San Javier. So grateful for you guys joining us here tonight. Thank you for taking the time out of your Sunday. It's Sunday Night Baseball on Cool FM Live. The Sunday night lights shining bright here in Nogales, Arizona. Mata steps off the rubber. Nogales, the host city of the 15 and 16-year-old seniors division of the Little League here across the state. This is a state playoff game. Got a little puppy dog around here. Saw him walking around. Little tiny dog. Even smaller than Harley Doodleson Davenport, for crying out loud.
10-pounder.
So 1 ball, 1 strike. I'm trying to get the comments back, John. They're not coming. Oh, there they are. I found them. Laura Duarte thanking us for the coverage. Thank you, Laura, for tuning in tonight. Yolanda Fimbres Peralta. Get the run to the plate, Douglas. Watching from New York is Jennifer Vosteron. So East Coast, you're looking at coming up on 11 p.m. Thank you so much for tuning in, Jennifer. We appreciate that. Always love the love in the live chat. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Mata steps back onto the rubber for San Javier. And again, please feel free to share this around to all the different pages that you know. Share this game around. Let everybody know that your favorite team, whether it be San Javier, whether it be Douglas, is live on the award-winning Cool FM Sports. Another strike now. It looks like it's widening out a little bit. The cell is getting wider, much wider than it was. Yeah, I guess it could be. Hopefully not closer, but a slight breeze picking up. Runner on second with no outs, and now a runner on first because of the walk to Bustamante. So that walk to Bustamante will bring Bustamante go to the plate. With no outs and 2 on, Douglas looking to add to their 3-2 lead. Mata looks at both base runners, now pitches. And that goes outside. They fake the throw down to first to see if they can get Gonzalez on second to try to take a jump and head to third. He does not. So the impatient base running that we saw in the bottom of the first by Douglas has not continued out of the bottom of the first. If there's a place to get all your mistakes out of the way, it's definitely in the bottom of the first. That's a called strike. Evens count. 1 ball, 1 strike. No down, 2 on. Here in the bottom of the 4th.
What a great game. It's just been back and forth.
It has been. And we'll see if Douglas can open the floodgates like what we're seeing off in deep center field, way past center field, as there's a big storm cell going on. La Madrid reaches out for that one, fouls it away. So Mata ahead in the count for San Javier. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But no outs. Oh, they're saying no balls, 2 strikes. To number 2. And that changeup, breaking pitch, breaks a little too far outside. Now it's 1-2. So the next teams that we're looking to play in about 10 minutes, unfortunately, they'll have to wait a little bit longer. No throwback to Gonzalez to try to get Gonzalez on second. And swing and a miss on that breaking pitch. So La Madrid goes down on strikes, the first out here in the bottom of the 4th. We'll bring up the top of the order. Isidro Hoyos coming to the plate. And John checking the Doppler radar on his phone. Yeah, lots of lightning strikes nearby, but where are we? Where?
We're right.
Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. Okay. So it is within the zone, but they're letting this thing play. I mean, there's nothing that's right over the top of us or nearby where we would, where any of these players would be in danger, because you know if there is danger, they will pause the game. Which is interesting, considering that weird cell, yeah. Foul tipped into the catcher's glove. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. Hoyos at the plate, the pitcher for his team. A base hit could bring an extra insurance run for Douglas here in the bottom of the 4th. They lead by 1, 3-2. Nobody covering second, but Gonzalez decides to slide back in anyway. Did you really play the game if your jersey ain't dirty? The answer is no. So Gonzalez is ensuring that he played the game. And that is popped straight up. Is that going to stay in play? It looks like it is just outside of the field of play. Catcher gave it a good run for San Javier.
I thought he was going to run through the whole dugout to get to it.
Oh, yeah. That would have been great. Just run straight out into the parking lot there and make the catch. I believe that would still count as an out, because you can catch it while you're running into the stands, and that's an out. That was high enough where it could have. So Mata ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes to his counterpart, Hoyos, at the plate. And that is a sharp shot into left field. If it drops, that'll be extra bases for sure. It gets past the left fielder. 1 run will score for Douglas. It looks like they will hold the runner at third. He will return to out. RBI double by Hoyos, doubling up the competition. It is 4-2 Douglas. So Isidro Hoyos getting that sharp shot down the left field line. And now they will come out and have a talk with Mata with 1 down and 2 in scoring position. And Douglas leads by 2. This San Javier team knows that it doesn't take much for the bats of Douglas to get hot very quickly. As a matter of fact, yesterday they put up 15 runs in a shutout effort, 15-0. Thank you so much for leaving the love in the live chat and sharing this game to the other pages that you might be friends with. If you're friends with pages in San Javier, please show this video to them, share this video around, and of course, in the greater Douglas area, share this to all those Douglas pages so we can all cheer for our Bulldogs, for lack of a better term, our Douglas Little League seniors. So, new pitcher coming in for San Javier. The 3rd pitcher will be number 21, Fernando Villarreal, who was playing shortstop, will now move on to the pitcher's mound. Thank you so much to all of our sports sponsors. You can see them in the post description as well as on the screen, all because Dan the Man is running that for us. Thank you so much, Dan. I'll be joining Dan the Man tomorrow for Doggo Lotto. Again, it is the greatest game show that features the most adorable adoptable shelter dogs from the Nancy J. Brula Animal Care Center. If your lucky numbers match the numbers that the dogs pick, you win cash and prizes. That will air 6 p.m. Arizona time tomorrow night. If you follow us on Cool FM Live, if you're wherever you're watching us from, we hope you'll give us a follow. You can stay up to date on things, news, sports, information going on all across Southern Arizona, the states, the country, the world, all at the palm of your hand, thanks to Cool FM Live. This platform created by a guy named Todd Ryan, who is up in Cottonwood this evening. After a very long drive, That game of the Sierra Vista Ponytail game scheduled to start at the top of the hour, as we are in the bottom of the fourth with 1 down, 2 on, 2 in scoring position, I should say. Fernando Villarreal, the new pitcher for San Javier.
Batting number 13, Rafael Busani.
And Rafael Buzane will come to the plate. The two competing teams that will be facing off looks like Lahoma and Blythe will be facing off at the conclusion of this game. Now they're taking turns in the batting cages. That pitch goes high, the first pitch, off the arm of Villarreal, a ball. Now that was a gorgeous fastball right across the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down, 2 on. Escarcega in the on-deck circle for Douglas. Wind up in the pitch. That goes straight up. That's going to come down out of play behind us and bounce off of the roof of the mezzanine that we were under during the rain delay. So Villarreal ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Buzane. Douglas leads 4-2. Off that RBI double by Hoyos. And that pitch goes way over the head of the catcher, but there is very little space behind home plate, so it would take a ball bouncing either to the left or right. Anything that goes straight back against that backstop, you will not have a chance to score from 90 feet away. You need that to bounce left or right to have a chance. Bustamante on third for Douglas. That's a sharp shot into deep center field. The center fielder going toward left makes the catch. Bustamante will tag from third. It is 5-2. Douglas on that sacrifice fly by Buzane. So Chris Escarcega, the catcher, will come to the plate with 2 down. And his battery mate, the pitcher, Hoyos, the starting pitcher, Hoyos, on second. So a single could score another run for Douglas. Watch as that pitch goes in the dirt. It's away from the catcher, but Hoyos stays where he is on second. 2 down. And that pitch goes over the top of the head. Escarcega, it looked like it was a breaking pitch. It just didn't break. Good thing that was not a fastball. He would have been nailed. So 2-0 count to Chris. That's a shot into right center field. The right fielder going over and makes the catch. Douglas will leave 1 on, but not before they push 2 across the plate, and they take a 3-run lead going into the top of the 5th. It is Douglas 5, San Javier 2. Thank you so much to our fantastic sponsors making this coverage possible, like the MORSE Automotive Group, Sierra Vista and Cochise County, including in Douglas, Arizona, is backed by Morse. Thank you to the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty. Looking to buy or sell your home or land? Contact Sherry Ethel. Her phone number is in the post description. Thank you to Barnett's Towing and Propane, serving all of Southern Arizona since 1963. Thanks to Copper Queen Community Hospital with all of their fantastic medical staff ready to help you and your family in Bisbee, in Douglas, and of course, in Hereford, Palominas.
Douglas 4.
Grasshopper Landscaping. You'll always find quality from the ground up from the Trejo team, the Trejo family and team at Grasshopper Landscaping. Always enjoy doing the before and after videos of Grasshopper Landscaping, showing all the amazing work that they do in homes across the greater Sierra Vista area, all across St. David and Benson. So if you're looking to make your outdoor space an outdoor oasis, by all means, call the #1 landscaper in the best of Sierra Vista, 10 straight years, Grasshopper Landscaping. And remember, summer season is swimming season. Grasshopper Landscaping also does pool maintenance. So keep your pools maintained all year round as we can enjoy our pools in southern Arizona as well, all from Grasshopper Landscaping. Thank you to Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista, Aloe Fiber, Right Way Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical, American Southwest Credit Union at ascu.org, federally insured by NCUA, equal opportunity lender, and Sierra Toyota, the proud presenting sponsor of Doggo Lotto tomorrow night, Monday, 6 p.m. Arizona time. Watch it on Cool FM Live. Full disclosure, we do record it in the morning. I know I'm probably not supposed to say that, but I just did. So we'll film that in the morning, and looking forward to that. But yeah, exactly. The beautiful skies in the background here under the Sunday night lights. It's Sunday night baseball on the award-winning Cool FM Sports. Fimbra still on the mound for Douglas. Looking to see who will be leading off this inning for San Javier. They're down by 3. The leadoff hitter can't get all those 3 runs back, but
Ready for 10, Jorge Diaz.
Jorge Diaz in the 9 slot. So back to the top of the order after Jorge. Like I said, you can't get all 3 runs back from the leadoff hitter, but he can set the tone for getting those. Hoyos shifted over to third, so he's playing third base now. Playing in, really far in on that hot corner. As John makes some adjustments on the camera, trying to give you the best possible view. Jeff Davenport, John Berger, here in Nogales, Arizona. Dan the Man, back in the Cool FM studio in Sierra Vista. And when this game concludes, right now, if it started, the Ponytail, Sierra Vista Ponytail Softball in Cottonwood is on the Cool FM Sports page. So if you're tuning in for that, that will be over on the Cool FM Sports Facebook page. And then when this game is over, probably in between innings, they'll shift over to the main page. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jorge Diaz for San Javier at the plate. Swing and a miss, evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's nice to just kind of kick back, John. You know, I don't get to sit down very much, and yeah, I know. Why don't I have a chair? I mean, I'm just sitting here in the bleachers, just calling this game. Swing and a miss on the high heat, couldn't resist. That strikeout brought to you by SSVEC, powering tonight's broadcast and serving our community. 1 down. As we get back to the top of the order for San Javier, Joseph Leyva comes to the plate with 1 down. That goes inside for a ball. Again, both teams that will be playing in the next game, they're getting warmed up off to the side of us. Their game was supposed to start about 5 minutes ago, or scheduled to start at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. It's 8:05 here in Nogales, Arizona. This broadcast emanating from the Cool FM Live YouTube page. If you're not following us on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Absolutely free to subscribe. And helps the subscriber count, helps us increase the footprint of Cool FM Live. Oh, beautiful breaking pitch. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 down, nobody on for San Javier here in the top of the 5th. They're down 5-2 with Leyva, the leadoff hitter for the team. The number 2 hitter here in this top of the 5th. Swings and misses, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So again, the pings you're hearing are from the batting cages just to our left. That goes high. So the payoff pitch, full count throw from Fimbres coming.
Both the teams, it sounds like a party over there.
I know, it's kind of great. You know, they're just both hanging out, waiting to go. These are all stars. And that is a shot going into center field. A one-out single for Leyva will bring up Aaron Castillo. Again, he can't get all 3 runs back in one swing, but they can help pick up the tempo that Leyva has now started.
Number 12, Lucas Mata.
Oh, no, Mata is at the plate. I'm sorry. So Lucas Mata comes to the plate. Is that fastball? Man, that thing was, I think it sounded high. I couldn't see it. Brilliant pitch by Fimbres. From the stretch, holding the runner on first, throws back to first. Now throws back to Fimbres. Thank you to the hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, that have tuned in over the course of this broadcast. It started over an hour late. That is a foul ball. Yeah, didn't hear it land on a windshield. I don't think. We parked pretty far away, so fingers crossed. There was one ball that ended up going deep into that neck of the woods, but where we were parked. From the stretch, the throw back to first, trying to keep the runner honest with the 1-ball, 1-strike count. To Lucas Mata, the relief pitcher. The second pitcher who came in for San Javier. He stays in the lineup.
Miss Garza commented on the YouTube.
Oh, thanks so much for the comment on the YouTube. Appreciate you watching us there. Again, please subscribe. Absolutely free to subscribe. Free to share. Share the link around on the YouTube channel, which is where we're emanating from, and then rebroadcasting on the Cool FM Live page. And again, if you were trying to tune in to the girls softball, the Sierra Vista Ponytail softball, which was supposed to start just after the top of the 8 o'clock hour up in Cottonwood, Todd is there. And I believe if the game has started, it is on the Cool FM Live sports page, which I'm sure will be shared to the Cool FM Live main page.
Man, that first baseman is good. And all those throws to the first, you know, there's so many overthrows that was a great throw.
Yeah. Douglas defense doing their job, only giving up 2 runs, 1 in the first and 1 in the top of the third. And that will be ball 4. So Mata will take a base, 2 on with 1 out. I believe that will bring up Gaxiola or Gaxiola.
Number 1, Mark Gaxiola.
It is Mark Gaxiola. Second baseman for this team. The San Javier team. He represents the tying run in this game. At the plate. That has popped up and will be playable for the Douglas first baseman right in front of or right next to the first base coach, and that will be out number 2. What a huge out for Fimbres, getting that short pop out in foul territory. So Miguel Celaya will come to the plate, number 22, with 2 outs and 2 on for San Javier. He will represent the tying run here in the top of the 5th. That goes low in the dirt. Ball 1. Definitely do not want to walk here in this situation to load the bases and put the tying run on board. That is a ground ball to third, charging in, making the scoop on the hop and the throw over to first. A fantastic play by Hoyos, the starting pitcher, moving to third, making a great glove and an excellent throw on the run to retire the side. San Javier will leave 2 on and get none across in the top of the 5th. Douglas will go into the dugout, and we'll see what they're able to do in the bottom part of the 5th. Oh, man, so many comments streaming in tonight. Thank you so much for all the comments. Thank you for all the hundreds, if not thousands, of people who've tuned in. Oh, all those shares. Man, we can never thank you enough for sharing this video around. That's so huge and allows exposure of our platform to so many other people. And it means that you kind of like what I'm doing. And I appreciate that as someone who is so desperate for your attention and desperate for your love and adoration and admiration. It makes me feel good. In all seriousness, thank you guys so much. And thank you to our sponsors who help make this coverage possible. You can see them all in the post description, like TWN Communications, delivering high-speed, affordable, and reliable internet and digital phone service with no data caps ever. Stay connected with the freedom and performance you deserve at TWN Communications. Thank you to Bobby Balsinger and Eagle Plumbing, over 50 years in Cochise County, family-owned and trusted for everything from leaks to major repairs. Make your first call to Eagle Plumbing. Thank you to Vinny's Pizza of Sierra Vista. And again, if you leave one of those comments, you're one of those 29 comments that's there, you are eligible to win a 2-topping large pizza from Vinny's Pizza in Sierra Vista. So most likely you'd want to be a Sierra Vista person who's leaving a comment. I don't know, unless you're watching us from New York. Our fan from New York watching, hey, you know what? We know that you know what good pizza is. If you're in New York, you know what good pizza is. I challenge you to come down to Sierra Vista and try Vinny's Pizza. If you end up winning, save that coupon, come to Sierra Vista, try Vinny's Pizza on Frontage Road in Sierra Vista. Thank you to Chris Leon and the Leon team at Cross Country Mortgage in Sierra Vista. Think of them for your next home loan experience. Thank you to Sonic Drive-In on Fry Boulevard. And of course, this game powered by SSVEC, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. Douglas leads 5-2. We're here in the bottom of the 5th. Excuse me as I burped up a little bit of that cheeseburger that I scarfed down right at the beginning of this game. Tastes just as good going down as it does coming back up. Abel Clinch, the leadoff man here for Douglas in the bottom of the 5th. And again, as on that ball 1, if you are tuning in for the Sierra Vista Ponytail, Majors Ponytail, I believe is what it is, that Todd is covering up in Cottonwood. That should hopefully, if the game is live, it should be being shared to the Cool FM Live Facebook page, emanating from the sports page, the Cool FM Live sports page, so you can tune into that if you're looking for that game. That is a line drive missile right in between the third baseman and the third base coach and the umpire staying alive. Get a little jolt of adrenaline there. 1 ball, 1 strike to Abel. And that is a shot into right center field that will drop in for a leadoff single for Abel. That will bring up the current pitcher for Douglas, Emiliano Fimbres. He's had a great day at the plate and on the mound. So someone with a helmet needs to go down the left field line to go get that foul ball. Bring it back, get a snack. I'm not sure if that counts in this case, but
I wouldn't be able to know even if you did say it.
so 1 on. Here in the bottom of the 5th, Douglas looking to add to their 5-2 lead. That'll be fouled off this massive backstop. It is super tall. It is like the Green Monster in Fenway Park. I almost said Wrigley Field for some reason. Wrigley is the Cubbies.
Two of the most famous.
Yeah, the oldest and most iconic ballparks in our great country. 249 years old. That is a shot into right center field. That will go all the way to the wall. They will wave around Abel. And it is a stand-up RBI double for Fimbres. 6-2 Douglas.
Number 25.
I assume, since he's pitching, they will bring in a pinch runner, but it doesn't appear so, as Fimbres will head back towards second base. Diego Duarte on the at the plate. So they're not holding the runner on. That is ball one off the arm of Fernando Villarreal, pitching for San Javier. That goes in the dirt. Fimbres will advance to third and will be 90 feet away from the seventh run for Douglas. With no outs. No outs, runner on third. This game that saw an hour-plus rain delay. Getting that super late start. It was really cruising through the first 3.5 innings. Slowed down a little bit as Douglas got more runs on the board. And yeah, a lot of pitching changes so far. I think a total of 5 pitchers combined for both teams. Villarreal currently on the mound for San Javier, the third pitcher of their game. That breaking pitch, waiting on it. Ends up getting underneath the glove of the second baseman, going into right field. The 7th run will score for Douglas. The lead is 5 here in the bottom of the 5th. As number 5, Ezequiel Gonzalez comes to the plate. For this Douglas team, the present and future Bulldogs, the future looks bright for Douglas baseball. The 12U are the District 8 champs. The 10U are playing the championship tomorrow night. John and Todd will cover that over in Benson. That got rained out on Saturday. And now, the senior division, District 8 championship, went to Douglas. And Gonzalez will get to first base the hard way. Hit by pitch. So now the head coach from San Javier will come out to have a word with Villarreal and the rest of the infield. And it looks like they will be making the pitching change with 2 on and no outs. I mean, should Douglas score 5 more runs in this inning, this game will be over via mercy rule. It's a 10-run lead after 5, and we're in the bottom of the 5th. There will be two on and no out as some fireworks go off. Actually, they're going off right behind us here. You can see them up in the air if you want to turn around. Got these fireworks. So they're 363 days early for the 4th of July, the 250th birthday of the United States, or 48 hours late, either way. So Bustamante will come to the plate. It appears that Villarreal will stay on the mound for San Javier. 2 on, no outs. Bottom of the 5th. Douglas has already scored 2. Showing bunt, pulls back. They throw down to third. What a great play. What a great call. Duarte ends up stealing third because the third baseman came in on the bunt. If that was a fake bunt planned to put runners on the corners, that was absolutely genius by Douglas. Either way, runners on the corners, no outs. Bustamante at the plate for Douglas. Villarreal from the stretch. Runner goes to second, but a foul to the backstop will return him to first. Evens account, 1 ball, 1 strike here in the bottom of the 5th. Douglas leads by 5, 7-2. Thank you to Dan the Man back in the studio. And the runner will take off again as the ball goes over the head of the catcher. So 2 runners now in scoring position for Douglas, with no outs in the bottom of the 5th. They won last night 15-0. Can they find that rhythm in the bottom of the 5th tonight? And that goes high for 3 balls, 1 strike. A little bit of chatter coming from the Douglas dugout. Again, as both teams that are warming up for the next game. Off to our left, they're in the batting cages, taking some cuts, if you're hearing the ping of the bat. As that is ball 4 to load the bases. Duarte on third, Gonzalez on second, Bustamante on first, and this will be the second trip out, which means it'll be the end for Villarreal with no outs in the bottom of the 5th. They're determining what to do on the mound. And it looks like they're bringing in someone from the bullpen. So the bases will be loaded with no outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Douglas with a chance to just tear this thing completely wide open. So Villarreal will come out of the game. The new pitcher came in from the bullpen, was not on the field. Can't see his number. I'll see that in just a second. And we'll let you know who that young student athlete is. So 21 came out. 21 just came out.
24.
So 24 is Rowan Mara, or is it Mora? Looks like it's Mora, Rowan Mora. These are handwritten lineups that I took photos of. So just doing the best I can to read these. Actually, lovely handwriting by the people who did this for the San Javier team. Even the Douglas team handwriting looks good as well. I think if I were looking and comparing, as I am a judge, I am a paid critic of both food, and I've been a judge in a Miss America sanctioned event. I have, you know, I know, yeah, the Copper Classic is an MC. I was never a judge. I was just an MC for Copper Classic. But I'm friends with the judges of the Copper Classic bodybuilding tournament. So I can judge the handwriting. It's not the loveliest handwriting I've seen, but very nice handwriting, nicer than the Douglas handwriting. Douglas handwriting is all caps, where the San Javier lineup card has the capital letters of the first and last name, and then the lowercase letters, all in print, you know, which is very nice. Printed. Do they even teach cursive anymore? I heard they don't teach cursive. We learned it for nothing, John.
No, and I told my teacher that. I was in first grade, and I was like, this is junk. We don't need this. And I was right.
Look at you.
I was right. Miss Delbridge, you can take it and keep writing it.
You can keep your cursive.
Mrs. Sheck was the worst one, though. So.
Hey, look, don't call out your teachers by name. They work hard. We love our educators. Just because John doesn't like his in first grade, get over it, man. It's been a little while.
I don't know. It's painful.
So again, Rowan Mora on the mound for San Javier. Bases are loaded. No outs. I believe it is Madrid at the plate for Douglas. To second, a chance for a double play. They turn one, and they get both. One more run will score for Douglas, though. It is 8-2, and a runner will be on third, but that was a huge double play by San Javier, averting complete disaster getting exactly what they needed. They have not added the run to the scoreboard just yet, but Douglas is at the top of their order now with Hoyos at the plate. Gonzalez on third. Ball bounces out of the catcher's mitt, but Gonzalez holding. So it is, oh, they added the run to the wrong place. Having a little trouble on the scoreboard there. It is 8-2, not 7-3. That is a high fly ball to center field. Coming in to make the catch, not able to make the diving catch. 9-2, Douglas. That score is incorrect. It is 9-2. I don't think they're watching us, so they won't be able to get that correct score. So Dan the Man has the correct score on our Jumbotron, 9-2. Or just give San Javier another run. So 9-2 with 2 down, runner on first. A huge double play, but an RBI single by Hoyos. Brings up Buzane.
Batting number 13, Rafael Buzane.
A little breeze picks up here. Feels very nice. And that is a sharp shot into left center field. That will drop in for another 2-out single. So runners on first and second. 9-2. So Chris Escarcega represents the game-winning run here in the bottom of the fifth. Should Douglas keep this up and keep this inning alive, that will be 12-2 and send us all home in less than 2 hours. This game just under 2 hours old. Started an hour and a half late because of the previous game going long and then the over hour-long rain delay. 'Tis the season for the monsoon. That goes in the dirt, ball 2. They still have not fixed the scoreboard. It is 9-2 Douglas. Our scoreboard is correct, Dan, so thank you for keeping that together. That is a huge shot to left field, going all the way near the wall. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score, and the game-winning run is on second base in the form of Chris Escarcega, the catcher for Douglas, whose Abuela Maria is cheering in the stands right now. It is 11-2, not 10-3. They need to fix that. Somebody should shout that out. There it is. Now they got 11, and they haven't fixed the other one yet. So it is 11 runs. It is not 3 runs. It is 11-2. So literally, the game-winning run on mercy rule is standing on second base. And Abel Clinch, Douglas has batted around here in the bottom of the fifth. The bats have come alive. The floodgates have opened. They call time. Escarcega will come out, and they will send a pinch runner in. Number 17, Max Algara, or Algara. Yeah, looks fantastic. Hey, why don't you give a little credit to my iPhone? It's my iPhone that it's coming from, so shut up, John. Don't you dare take credit for this. It's my phone. Thank you to Dan the Man back in the studio, keeping things straight for us. The scoreboard still says 11-3 here at War Memorial Stadium in Nogales, Arizona, where we are emanating off of the Cool FM Live YouTube channel. to the Cool FM Live Facebook page. Just past the bottom of the hour. This game is nearly 2 hours old. As Abel Clinch led off this inning. As Mora steps off the mound, comes back on. That's fouled the backstop.
Can we play those?
No. No, this is not arena football, John. This is baseball. Arena football, you play the ball off the net.
Remember someone hit the top of the King Dome? Someone hit the roof of the King Dome.
On like a infield fly, or are you talking like a punt?
With a
Oh, yeah. Well, he was a corn-fed colossus, that guy. That ball is in the dirt. They'll throw back down to second base. Sliding in safe. Good heads-up play by Max to get back there in time. But, boy, what a rocket arm from San Javier. That would have been one way to get out of this inning for sure. But, again, Max represents the game-winning run on second. That ball goes outside to Abel with 2 outs. Runner on second, 2 balls, 1 strike count to Clinch at the plate as Douglas is looking to clinch this game. A single could bring it in. That'll be a called strike. That evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Deuces are wild here in the bottom of the 5th. As the floodgates have opened for Douglas, scoring 6 runs, looking for the 7th. And that goes high to walk Abel. So now, 2 runners on. And Fimbres, who has had a monster day today. Not just at the plate, but also on the mound for this Douglas team. 2 scoreless innings pitched by Fimbres as he comes to the plate. He could send this thing home with 1 swing of the bat. And they are moving the outfield. They're trying to move the outfielders right now. I think they're trying to back them up because they know how dangerous Fimbres is. The catcher for San Javier directing his outfielders. Oh, popped up, but that will go out of play. Along the right field side. 0-1 to Fimbres. Again, if you're tuning in that's a called strike. So 0-2 on a breaking changeup by Mora. If you're looking for the ponytail game, that should be on the Cool FM Live Sports page, being shared to this main page. That goes outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Fimbres will have to watch it close. Again, the score is 11-2. Still says 11-3 on the scoreboard out there. I hope that doesn't mess people up. Should there be a base hit? No, that gets up by second base and thrown over to first. Douglas will leave 2 on. The game winner will have to wait as we will head to the top of the 6th, which means Douglas will come back to the field with a 9-run lead. Now, again, that scoreboard out there says 11-3. It is not 11-3. It is 11-2. The scoreboard operator made a mistake. And so all these athletes are walking around in their cleats. You hear a lot of the cleats clanging, and it looks like they're resetting the scoreboard.
Snack Shack is closed. Well, no, it looks like...
I was going to say, they should probably still have some... I mean, they got a whole nother game to go. They got to feed people here.
Yeah, go out to Taco Bell, get something to bring back.
Yeah, keep them fed. Yeah, they're resetting the scoreboard right now. So they recognize their error in this 11-2 game. Douglas had a chance to bring in the game winner did not. But thank you so much to our sponsors like Duran Plumbing, serving Sierra Vista and all of Cochise County, including in Douglas. If you're watching us from there, check out Duran Plumbing. Thank you to the MORSE Automotive Group. Cochise County is backed by Morse. The Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty, looking to buy or sell your home or land. You can give Sherry a call and have her be on the hunt for you and your next home. Thank you to Barnett's Towing and Propane, serving Southern Arizona since 1963. Copper Queen Community Hospital of Cochise County, with locations in Bisbee, Douglas, and Hereford, Palominas. Grasshopper Landscaping, the Trejo family and team, ready to turn your outdoor space into an outdoor oasis. They did get the score corrected on the scoreboard. It is 11-2, reflected correctly on that scoreboard. After the reboot, they had to redo everything there. But thank you to Grasshopper Landscaping, Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista, Allo Fiber at allofiber.com, Right Way Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical, American Southwest Credit Union at ascu.org, Sierra Toyota, proud sponsor of Doggo Lotto, coolfmonline.com/Doggo Lotto. And we are back to action.
Number 24, Rowan.
As Fimbra stays on the mound, swing and a miss by number 24, Rowan Mora, the pitcher for San Javier. That goes in the dirt to even the count, 1-1. Well, again, all those folks in the next game, again, there is one more game after this. We will not be staying for it. If you are looking for a Sierra Vista ponytail game, again, that is emanating from the Cool FM Live Sports page. But if you're still watching us here, please leave us some love in the live chat. Leave us a thumbs up or a heart rooting for your favorite team. That's a sharp ground ball to short. Scooped up, making the long throw over to first. Gorgeous catch at first base. One down, one up, one down. Here in the top of the sixth. Time is called. And now I believe we will see a new pitcher for Douglas. So they want to make sure the pitches are evenly distributed. As Chewy Duarte comes out to the mound, talked to Chewy before the game a little bit. He's excited about this team and knows how strong this team is. And again, I think the future looks bright for Douglas baseball as they call in the left fielder, who will be the third pitcher for Douglas in this game with one down. Number 57, Matthew Davis, I believe, it's either Davis or Doris. I think it's Davis. The V looks similar to an R after I was bragging about how lovely the penmanship was. I think they ran out of room here at the bottom of the lineup card because that's where Matthew is. Nonetheless, Matthew Davis/Doris, he will come to the plate. Thank you so much for all the comments in the live chat. Thank you to all of our sports sponsors. You can see them in the post description. Number 5 on the mound, Ezekiel Gonzalez, who's had a great day at the plate for his team, will now come onto the mound with one down. Take some more pitches here. This game, 2 hours old, 11-2. Here at War Memorial Stadium, on the border in Nogales, Arizona, a little over an hour away from Sierra Vista, where John and I made the drive. Got over here in time for the game to start at 5 p.m. Lady Luck did not shine down on us. What shined down on us was not the sun, it was rain. The game before this went long, and then the rain came in for an hour. It was an hour and a half long rain delay, as this game started around 6:35, 6:40, and we're right now at 8:41 in Nogales, Arizona, Pacific Standard Time. Enjoying the sights, sounds, the view here in Nogales, this amazing border community.
Great baseball community.
It really is. Yeah, a lot of people coming out, and even people who live in Nogales who have no vested interest come out to these games, absolutely free of charge. So if you live in Nogales and you want to see some top-notch seniors Little League baseball, 15 and 16-year-olds who are the present and future of all the high schools all across our state in this state tournament, Nogales, you're doing an amazing job as our host city for this senior state tournament. And hopefully we'll be back here to see Douglas again in the near future.
Do you want to do interviews?
We don't need to. We don't need to.
On the mound, number 5.
It's not a championship game, so.
Batting number 57, Matthew Davis.
It is Davis, according to the public address announcer. Slow rolling foul ball. Picked up by Oyas, the starting pitcher, who is now the third baseman. Kimbris moved to left field. He was the second pitcher. So now 7 pitchers total being used in this game. That's a beautiful strike. Breaking pitch over the heart of the plate. 0-2 count with 1 down, nobody on. Top of the 6th. And that bounces in for a ball, 1-2. That was a good call by someone up in the stands who said fastball here. That goes outside, low and away. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. To Matthew Davis at the plate for San Javier. Watches that go low. So after starting 0-2, a good eye by Davis runs the count full. Seeing some lightning flashes off in the distance. Easier to see, much easier to see when it's dark. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. That's strikeout powered by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. 2 down now in the top of the 6th.
Number 32, Axel Chavez.
Number 32, Axel Chavez getting his first look at the bat. Watches that pitch go low, just slipped past Escarcega. John always talks about names that he likes. Do you like the name Axel?
Oh, for sure.
Of course, you can't go wrong with the name Axel. That goes just a bit outside. Little tribute to Bob Euchre. Got to do that for Todd Ryan, who is up in Cottonwood. Again, I'm sure that game has already started. The Sierra Vista Ponytail, which that game is emanating from the Cool FM Live Sports page, probably being shared to this page. And as soon as we're done with this, wrapping up this broadcast, they'll probably go live on the main page. As a called strike, so got to wait for a strike to come across. Gonzalez gets one across. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down, no on. Jeff Davenport, John Berger, Dan the Man bring you this game. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitter's pitch coming for Axel Chavez in his first at-bat in this game. That gets popped up. It will go out of play. Listen for a car. I don't know what that hit. Yeah, not necessarily a, yeah, it wasn't like a thud of a car getting hit. So, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, payoff pitch to end the top of the 6th. And that is fouled away, hanging in there. First baseman not able to get there for Douglas. So we'll do it all over again. With 2 down, nobody on. Top of the 6th inning, payoff pitch. Ready to come to Axel Chavez. And that breaking pitch does not break, goes over the head of Axel, and it is a 2-out walk by Gonzalez.
Number 5, Isaiah Pena.
So number 5, Isaiah Pena getting his first at-bat in this game. Here in the top of the 6th with 1 on, 2 down. Gonzalez, the third pitcher for Douglas on the mound. Great backhanded grab and throwdown, a rocket throwdown to first base. I don't know how you do that after squatting for over 2 hours behind the plate. And that is high for ball 2. So after getting a quick first out, Gonzalez having some control issues now. With 2 down, he came in with 1 down. Replaced Fimbris, who's in left field now. That's a swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch, and that is a shot going to short. I don't know if the play will make it in time. Over to first, what a throw! Pena nailed it first. San Javier leaves 1 on. Does not get any across. The score still remains a 9-run lead for Douglas. It is 11-2. Douglas is 1 run away from wrapping up this game in the bottom of the 6th. It'll be up to San Javier to take this thing the distance. If they want to go the distance, they'll have to make sure that not one single solitary run comes across the plate. But thank you so much to our sports sponsors, Vinny's Pizza of Sierra Vista, Chris Leon and the Leon team at Cross Country Mortgage in Sierra Vista, Sonic Drive-In of Sierra Vista, Duran Plumbing in Sierra Vista, but serving all of Cochise County, the Ed Morse Automotive Group, based in Sierra Vista, serving Cochise County, Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty, Barnett's Towing and Propane, serving Southern Arizona since 1963, Copper Queen Community Hospital of Cochise County, locations in Douglas, in Bisbee, their home location, and of course over in Hereford, Palominas. Grasshopper Landscaping, you will always find quality from the ground up. Remember, Grasshopper Landscaping also does pool maintenance, so make sure your pool is clean and ready for all the summertime fun. Sad to say, summer's fading away quickly. I mean, school starts now the end of July. So, I mean, yeah, back in Sierra Vista, the Sierra Vista Unified School Districts will start, I think, July 30th.
What happens to August?
Well, that's why they have fall break now. You know, I mean, they have that. We used to only have spring break, but now there's spring break and a fall break because they start so early. I would almost rather start a little later. I don't know. I don't know if I was a kid.
Like it out, quarterly break. It's even 2 weeks.
It makes sense.
I'm okay with it. I would have preferred that to
Yeah.
7 months of sun. It was like 3 months of just being stuck outside as a child.
Oh yeah.
Climbing trees.
Well, yeah, John. I imagine you were a nightmare as a child. So I mean.
Thank God for Nintendo, because I would have.
Your Nintendo. Thanks to Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista. Aloe Fiber now available in Sierra Vista. Right Way Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, Electrical. Serving Cochise County. American Southwest Credit Union at ascu.org. Sierra Toyota, sponsor of the Doggo Lotto. Filming that tomorrow morning. 8 a.m. is going to come early tomorrow morning, as we have an hour drive ahead of us back to Sierra Vista. Thank you to. You'll be there?
I think I might.
Oh, okay.
I don't want
TWN Communications, Eagle Plumbing. Thank you to all of our sports sponsors. You can see them all in the post description. Of course, this game powered by SSVEC. Douglas is 1 run away from putting this thing in the books. They scored 6 in the bottom of the 5th. Had they scored 7, it would have been all over. But instead, we are 1 run away from wrapping this thing up just a little bit early. Number 5 is on the mound for San Javier. Isaiah Pena, who was just at the bat a few moments ago, is now on the mound for San Javier. As it appears, Sebastian Avachuco will be at the plate, number 27. As I
number 27, Avachuco.
So Avachuco getting into the batter's box, watching ball one go by. Temperature's cooling down. It still says 84. Something's wrong. It's not 84 degrees. There's no way it's 84 degrees. I guess it could be, but it just doesn't feel like it. Feels much cooler. And that's a called strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thank you to the umpires who give so freely of their time. I don't know if the state tournament is different than these regional district tournaments. Hopefully these umpires are compensated. I know they're not in the regional tournament, at least in District 8. They are volunteers, and they could be volunteers here, but either way, if they're volunteers or they're getting paid, we're grateful for the umpires and their hard work in this game. Avachuco with a 2-1 count at the plate for Douglas. Oh, that breaking pitch locked him up. He evens the count. 2-2 to the leadoff hitter. Wind up. Pitch from Pena goes low and away. We'll run the count full. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. The thousands of people who've taken time out of their Sunday evening to check us out. All the shares. Thank you so much for sharing this video around and letting all the folks from San Javier, all the folks from Douglas know that Cool FM cares. We're here to bring you this game. And proud to bring you this game here tonight in Nogales. Game started over an hour and a half late. And that is strike 3 to retire Avachuco. 1 down. Jaden Arciniega now getting his first at-bat. So strikeout leads to out number 1 by Pena on the mound for San Javier. Got the kids taking a run around here. You hear all the rumbling going on from the metal bleachers here in this amazing facility, War Memorial Stadium here in Nogales, Arizona. And again, the hitting you're hearing is coming from our left. There's a batting cage over here that the two teams that were supposed to start their game almost 1 hour ago was scheduled to start at 8 o'clock. Here we are closer to 9. So it'll be a late night for the final game of the night here at War Memorial Stadium. That's a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jaden Arciniega. 1 down, nobody on. Bottom of the 6th. And that is strike 2. Again, what a breaking pitch by Pena. Pena is throwing those breaking pitches that look like they're about to hit the batter, locking up both of them. Is patient and hits that ball to third. The throw over to first base. Jaden just like on fire running down the first baseline. Almost beats it out. But that is the 2nd out here in the bottom of the 6th. Max Algara comes to the plate with 2 down, nobody on. So Douglas with this 9-run lead most likely will, unless there's a big 2-out rally, will head to the top of the 7th to close this one out. And there is, on the first pitch, a chopper over to second. So Algara grounds out. It is a 1-2-3 inning for Pena on the mound for San Javier. And Douglas, San Javier, I should say, will be down to their final 3 outs. as Douglas takes the field in the top of the 7th. Thank you so much to Dan the Man back in the Cool FM studio, keeping us going all night long here, emanating from the Cool FM Live YouTube channel, onto the Cool FM Live Facebook page. Thank you to all the commenters bringing us, looks like some score updates on the other game. So Sunnyside 2, Sierra Vista nothing, the last time that we saw an update here from Rita. And that is from the Cottonwood area, where Todd is, in Cottonwood. And we're going to take this one to the top of the 7th. As Bustamante looks like he will head to the mound to finish this one out. So a new pitcher for Douglas, Miguel Bustamante, number 4, will be throwing. As we want to just run through all of our sports sponsors, we're grateful for each one of them: SSVEC, MORSE Automotive Group, the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty, Barnett's Towing and Propane, Copper Queen Community Hospital with 3 locations across Cochise County, Grasshopper Landscaping, Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista, Aloe Fiber, Right Way in Cochise County and Sierra Vista, American Southwest Credit Union with locations in Douglas and Sierra Vista, Sierra Toyota on Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista, TWN Communications with that high-speed, affordable, and reliable internet and digital phone service. Thank you, Eagle Plumbing, Bobby Balsinger and his family at Eagle Plumbing. Benny's Pizza, the best pizza, wings, and sandwiches for over 45 years on Frontage Road in Sierra Vista. Chris Leon and the Leon team at Cross Country Mortgage. Sonic Drive-In on East Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. And Duran Plumbing. You can see all of the sports sponsors in the post description. We're grateful for each and every one of them making this coverage possible. And thank you to you watching this game, the thousands who've tuned in over the course of this broadcast here on Cool FM Live. And again, when this game ends, we will sign off immediately, so that way Todd can get signed in.
Number 4, Miguel Bustamante. Batting number 7, Zachary Everson.
As Bustamante on the mound to put this one away for Douglas. Zachary Everson, number 7, will step in for his first at-bat in this game for San Javier. Douglas 3 outs away from wrapping this up and continuing on in this state tournament, the senior state tournament for the Little League of Arizona. As a fastball in and low. Everson, patient at the plate, awaits the pitch. Watches that one go low, bouncing in front of the plate. A 2-0 start for number 4, Bustamante. So Zach Everson at the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. Full windup from Bustamante. Swing and a miss. You know, you got to take these cuts now. You're not going to wait for the strikes. You're just going to take some cuts, try to get a decent at-bat. You're down by 9. In the top of the 7th is number 7 at the plate. And that will go low and away. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Legs getting tired.
That's all right. We've been here a long time. This game coming close to the 2.5-hour mark. It got started an hour and a half late because of a rain delay. And that will go low for ball 4. The leadoff hitter aboard here in the top of the 7th. Zachary Everson will head to first base.
Number 20, Joseph Neva.
And they are back to the top of the order for San Javier with Joseph Leyva stepping into the batter's box. Shows bunt, pulls back as that pitch goes wide outside. Bustamante with some real control issues to start off his pitching endeavor here in the top of the 7th. Looking to put this thing away. Might be here a little bit longer, who knows? San Javier hopes so. And that is a shot that goes into left field. A single into left will put 2 on with no outs for San Javier.
Number 12, Lucas Mata.
Lucas Mata, who was, I believe, the 2nd pitcher over the course of this game for San Javier, steps into the batter's box on that southpaw side, the left side. That's going to be a called strike at the knees. Good fastball there by Bustamante. Hoyos playing in on third. And first baseman playing in as well, not holding any of the runners on. And that is a sharp shot into center, and that will drop in for a base hit. They will hold the runner at third. Bases are loaded. No outs for San Javier. So Bustamante is getting the ball across the plate, but San Javier, the bats, are finally coming alive. They have not scored a run since the top of the 3rd. And so catcher comes out. Escarcega comes out to talk to Bustamante. Just have a quick chat, probably about the signal calling. So we'll see what number 1, Mark Gacciola, can do at the plate. And that is a ground ball. Oh no, not able to get a play off as it doesn't go in the glove. It tips on the edge of the glove. 1 run will score. It is 11-3. So a chance to at least get 1 out on that chopping infield single. Bases remain loaded for Miguel Celaya. He holds off on that swing. 1-0. So where has this San Javier team been? No outs, bases loaded. Top of the 7th. This is their last shot. They've already got 1 across. On a called strike, they throw down to third, safe, to try to get Leyva. With Celaya at the plate for San Javier. Deep breath and a throwback. Just a little pitch and catch. So you're not even holding the runner on. Bustamante steps off the rubber, comes back on. And the third base coach for San Javier just yelled at his team, said, "Is the game over?" And it is not. And so he wants some chatter going on in that dugout as that ball goes low. 2 balls, 1 strike to Celaya. You know, that's the right attitude to have. You got to have that attitude of knowing that it is not over until 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. 1, 2, 3 outs in the top of the 7th in this case. And that's a sharp chopper over to short, to first. Does not get the double play. The force out at second happens, but the double play does not. Another run will score. It is 11-4, but now 1 out, runners on the corners for San Javier. Well, glad it's not draining mine, because you got it all plugged in. You got it charged up, going through the DJI and powering the phone at the same time while keeping the DJI sharp as well. 24th. Plate. Rowan Mora. Runner goes and will return back to first. Had a great jump. Did Salea. 11-4. Now the score here in Nogales. This game 2.5 hours old, started an hour and a half late, which is why we're here after the top of the 9 o'clock hour. Douglas had a chance 2 innings ago to put this thing away. Did not. Bustamante now on the mound, trying to fake the throwbacks over to first and third, trying to get the runners leaning. Mora at the plate. 1 strike count. And that is a fly ball that will land in short center field. Runner will go home. It is 11-5 with runners on first and second. Where has this San Javier team been for the last 5 innings? It's so interesting that when John and I arrived here at War Memorial Field, the game looked out of reach, but then the team started coming back, which is why their game went long, because of a situation like this, where they just could not put them away. And in that game, that team came within 1, John. Remember, the final score was 12-11. It's 11-5 here. That is a pop-up going to center field. The right fielder is shading over, but the center fielder will make the catch for Douglas. That is 2 outs. So San Javier is down to their final out. They are down 11-5. They have 2 runners on. As number 32, Axel Chavez will come to the plate.
32, Axel Chavez.
So San Javier down to their final out. Douglas 1 out away from sealing this game. Does not swing. Ball called. Well, check swing, is able to hold it before the bat crosses the plane of home plate. Again, the pings you're hearing are the next 2 teams. They are ready to take the field and get their game started. It'll be a long night for these teams. And that is a grounder. They're calling it foul. Hoyos was there, made the solid catch on that one. One ball, 1 strike, 2 down, 2 on. Top of the 7th. Douglas 1 out away from wrapping this up, but not if Axel has anything to say about it. Pops it up, foul out of play. You can see that ball bounce off the pavement just over those first base bleachers. From the stretch, the pitch. That is a shot that goes off of the pitcher. They tag second base for the force out, and that will bring this game to a close. Douglas wraps it up. San Javier made a game of it in the end, putting 3 across, leaving 2 on. Final score here at War Memorial Field in Nogales, Arizona. Douglas 11, San Javier 5. Thank you again to all of our sports sponsors that make this coverage possible. Thank you to Todd Ryan for creating this page. Thank you to Dan the Man back in the studio. Thank you to John Berger on the camera tonight. And signing off from War Memorial Stadium in Nogales, Arizona. Thank you for watching the award-winning Cool FM Sports. It's Jeff Davenport wishing you a wonderful week ahead. Congratulations to Douglas. Final score, 11-5. We will sign off for the night, and hopefully we'll be able to get the ponytail game put on the Cool FM live page here momentarily. Hang in there and stay tuned, everybody. Drive safe. Have a great night. We'll talk to you soon.